actually needs water or you're just watering because it's a Sunday, then this video is for you. Hi, I'm Matop, and welcome to my suburban jungle where I help beginner plant parents grow healthier houseplants without all the confusing advice online. And if that's what you're looking for, I'd love to have you subscribe. Every week, I share simple, beginner friendly plant care tips to help you grow healthier plants with confidence. So let's get into it. All right, let's start with the biggest watering mistake that I see. Okay, I'm going to say something that might make some people uncomfortable, but if you're watering your houseplants every Sunday because that's your schedule, there's a good chance you're overwatering at least some of them. And with over 400 houseplants, I don't take it lightly. I don't water on a schedule, and I use both self watering pots and regular pots, but for completely different reasons. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is stop watering your plants on a schedule. I know it's tempting. We all love routines, and it feels responsible to say every Sunday is watering day. But the truth is, your plants don't know what day of the week it is. The problem is that your home is constantly changing. Maybe it's been cloudy all week. Maybe it's been 100 degrees outside. Maybe you turn the air conditioner down or you moved a plant closer to the window. All of those things affect how quickly the soil dries out. Even two of the exact same plants can have completely different watering needs if one is getting more light than the other. Now, the plant in brighter light is using more water because it's actively growing, and the one in lower light is growing more slowly. So the soil is going to stay wet longer. Then you've got pot size, the type of soil you're using, humidity in your room, the season, and even whether your plant is putting out new growth. All of those things change how often you need to water. So instead of asking, has it been a week? I want you to start asking, is my plant actually ready for water? Once you make that mindset shift, watering is going to become so much easier and you're much less likely to overwater or underwater your plants. So, what I like to do is actually check the plant before I water it. I use two kinds of pots. This is a plastic nursery pot, and I keep it in a cash pot. And what I want you to do, and I know it is not as cool as buying a fancy meter to check it, stick your finger all the way down in the soil. If it's still wet, it doesn't need water. If it's moist, you're probably good. If it's dried out at the top and there's still a little bit of moisture down at the bottom, then you're ready to water. And when you water, you're going to water all the way through. So either take it to the sink, and then when the water runs all the way through, you can pour that out, but don't just water the top. You want to water it all the way through. And that's how you're going to make sure that it gets enough moisture. The other thing I like is self watering pods. I use those for my Hoyas and other plants that are a little picky. But with a self watering pot, you literally have this little pot. It sits in a larger pot, and you just keep the reservoir full. It's got little strings at the bottom that are going to wick up that water, and it's going to keep your plant moist all the time. Now, the catch with this is that you're going to want to either use a semi hydro. I've got Leca in here, which, if you haven't used before, I love little clay balls. You can use Pond or you can use a really chunky mix, but you want to make sure that it's something that is not going to hold onto the moisture. So you don't want a soil based mixture. The other thing to remember is that you want to take a look at your leaves. If your leaves are yellowing, then you're probably watering it too much. If they are crispy on the edges, not yellow, but crispy on the edges, then they might need a little more water or a little more humidity. Here's another one of my self-watering pots. And why I love this one is because it is a hanging pot. And as you can see, I can just keep the reservoir full on the bottom and I never have to take it down. This is my Hoya Bella. And by the way, she is blooming like crazy. If you don't like Hoyas yet, you definitely need to give them a shot. Keep them in the self-watering pots and they will stay stunning for you. So to recap, don't water your plants because it's been a week. Water them because they're actually telling you they need it. Pay attention to the soil, the weight of the pot, the amount of light they're getting, and how they're growing. Every home is different and every plant is a little different too. If there's one thing I hope you remember from this video, it's that watering isn't about following a schedule. It's about learning to read your plants. And once you make that shift, plant care will become so much less stressful. I'm working on a video all about choosing the right soil mix, why it matters, and how it completely changes the way you water your plants. So if you don't want to miss that one, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks so much for watching. And remember, healthy houseplants aren't about having a green thumb, they're about understanding what your plants are really trying to tell you. I'll see you in the next one.